Hello, everybody. I am Brooke Cornwell from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm originally from Rome, Georgia. And I'm representing the table over here of the 6 women that grew up with Susan. And I was nominated to give this toast. And we have known each other since the 1st grade. We have been the closest of friends all our lives. And we have grown up together and been married and moved all over the United States. And we're all spread out now. But every year we get together at least once and have a reunion. And about 10 years ago, before this wedding cycle started, we had made a pledge to each other that we would always be there for each child's wedding. And this is wedding number 5. And we are just all glad to be here for Susan and Eric, William and Danielle. Eric, excuse me, William. Eric and Danielle. That's right. But I am also here on a personal level because of my relationship with Susan. We have been the closest of friends all our lives. There are many parallels. We went to camp together. We grew up together. Our parents were very close friends. Our parents were in a supper club for over 50 years together with Bob Horsley and his dear, dear wife, Jeter. Susan always knew what was going on at my house. I always knew what was going on at her house. We went through bad hair, bad dates, good dates. We went on to college and kept up with each other. And we married. She was in my wedding. I was in her wedding. I'm not going there. So, about moving on, about 28 years ago, Susan had called me. This was no Twitter, no iPhone, just a good old telephone. And she said, Brooke, she was at a crossroads in her life. And she said had made the huge decision to move from the South where she had always lived. And she said, I'm going to Denver, Colorado. Well, I just about died. I got in the car and I was in Charlotte. I immediately drove to Rome to talk sense into this dear friend. Well, you can see it now. Susan and I are at Bob and Jeter's at midnight. We're in the 1 o'clock in the morning. Susan's on her 2nd pack of Salem Lights or something. And she is trying to tell me why she's going to Denver. And she looked at me and said, Brooke, I'm following my heart. Well, I said, you go, girl. Susan followed her heart and met her wonderful, wonderful husband, Eric. They had 2 beautiful sons, William and Eric. Steve, my husband and I, have so loved through the years. I remember the days you were born, the stories and the witnessing the love and pride that Susan and Eric had in their sons throughout their lives as they grew up. Well, I feel like we've come full circle now. Eric Jr. went off to Wake Forest, met Danielle, he fell in love, and tomorrow they pledged their lives to each other. And they're at a crossroads. And I want to raise a glass. Please join me in toasting Danielle and Eric to a wonderful life of happiness.